What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Mind Something. If you're new here, my name is Jake, and in today's video we got lots of stuff to talk about, so we're going to go ahead and jump right into it. But before we do me a favor, hit that like button and hit the subscribe if you haven't already. So first thing, let's take a look at my solar array today. Notice something odd. This has happened once or twice before, and this is a question to you guys that are more familiar with solar. Do you notice this gigantic spike all the way up to 6100 watts? I am guessing a large cloud disappeared and we jumped straight up here to full capacity, but I don't understand why we fall off, and I'm assuming all of this is with no clouds whatsoever throughout the remaining part of the day. So why did I spike up so high? And when there are no clouds, why do I not stay towards this upper range here? Now, if you know the answer to that, please leave a comment down below. I would love to know what causes this and if there's any way that I could address it. So next, moving on, I want to talk to you guys about AMD versus Nvidia. And if you guys watched one of my previous videos where I was trying to speculate on hash rates using my TPA calculator, I'm going to pull this chart back up for you guys. So what I did is used my TPA calculator, used the TDP, the power usage on Ethereum, and then the Ethereum hash rate, came up with the ratio that worked for multiple cards that we already know the hash rate and power usage for, such as a 4090 and then 3060 Ti, 3070, 3070 Ti, 6700, 6800, 6800 XT. And this formula works quite well to predict hash rates on Ethereum specifically. I haven't used it to forecast hash rates on other things, but using these formulas, I came up with what I think we could potentially be looking at for hash rates on the 7000 series and the 4000 series cards. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like efficiency is getting any better, and I just wanted you guys to see this before we get into the conversation about AMD's claims, where they're saying they're going to get a lot more efficient with RDNA 3. So let's go ahead and take a look at this article real quick. So AMD boasts about RDNA 3 efficiency as RTX 40 series looms. This article was on September 19th. AMD's latest blog discusses the performance per watt gains across the past several Radeon GPU generations. AMD's Sam Navziger, who spoke with us about RDNA 3's chiplet design and efficiency gains in June, says AMD made some big bets on GPU design and efficiency, and they are now paying off in very meaningful ways. He asserts that current and future AMD GPUs are meeting the needs of demanding games, but doing so without sky-high power budgets. This is a timely reminder, if you need it, that energy prices are rocketing, and Nvidia is expected to launch some very hefty graphics cards tomorrow at its GeForce Beyond event. With PC gamers demanding better, faster visuals at even higher resolutions, it's no surprise that GPUs have started to push up and beyond 400 watts, writes Sam. As SVP, Corporate Fellow, and Product Technology Architect at AMD, Navziger says AMD has tuned its new RDNA architectures to break away from the ever-increasing power consumption cycle using thoughtful and innovative engineering and refinement. Increased energy efficiency means lower power graphics cards should run cooler, quieter, and be more readily available in smaller or mobile form factors. AMD provided some evidence of its RDNA GPU architecture progress, a series which will begin its third generation later this year. For example, the transition from GCN to RDNA delivered an average 50% performance per watt improvement according to Navziger's stats. Moving from Radeon RX 5000 RDNA to Radeon RX 6000 RDNA 2 generation, AMD claimed or claims that it's provided a whopping 65% better performance per watt. So to spice up the comparisons, AMD provided an interesting chart illustrating its RDNA 2 versus Ampere competitive advantage. Obviously, these figures are cherry-picked to make AMD look good, and note the up to language. Check our GPU benchmarks hierarchy and our list of the best graphics cards for independent look at how things stack up. So let me zoom in on this for you guys. So looking at a 6950 XT versus a 3090, average frames per second 108 versus 100, power consumption 335 versus 350, and they say up to 11% more frames per second, money, and up to 13% better FPS per watt. Let's see, the 6900 compared to a 3080 Ti is 17% better frames per second per watt, 10% better, 26% better. I suppose it all depends on what you're comparing it to. Here's a great example, a 6600 versus a 3050, up to 37% better frames per second per watt. So is this going to apply to mining? Well, as GPU miners, I suppose we're all rooting for AMD to be extremely efficient compared to Nvidia cards moving forward. But it looks like the 4090 did make some improvements on efficiency when you compare it to a 3090 in regards to mining specifically. Now, whether or not they're going to live up to this promise of better efficiency when it comes to mining is speculation at its best right now. I think a lot of people out there are assuming that it is going to be much, much better. And I would also assume the same, because I think, and I could be wrong, I think that AMD realizes the market share is very large, and the reason that graphics cards got so expensive this last bull run was because everybody was buying them for mining. Even the gamers are mining on them. Don't shit yourselves. Nobody's giving up free money, okay? Everybody is mining on these cards. And for those of you that are listening to this video and you're a true gamer and you don't mine on your card, don't be a purist. You're an idiot for not mining on it, first of all, because you're just giving up free money. And you're making a stance on something that really doesn't matter to anybody but you. So, anyway, going back to Nvidia. Nvidia has really f***ed up this go-around. And I want to talk about their 4080 pricing. So we talked about this in a previous video where they had unlaunched the 4080 12 gig, and I speculated, of course, that it would become a 4070 Ti and that pricing would most likely come down from their original price point of, I think it was $899. And I speculated that it would come down to $799, maybe $699, but very doubtful. And I was also under the impression that they would lower the price of the current 4080 16 gig. But not only did that not happen, have you guys seen what they're charging if you're purchasing an AIB card? So let's take a look at this article real quick. So this is from Digital Trends. I've also seen some videos out there about that. But NVIDIA RTX 4080 is almost here with widely varying prices. NVIDIA's upcoming RTX 4080 16 gig is set to release on November 16th, but some retailers have already started listing the card online, including releases from NVIDIA itself, as well as many of the board partners. These listings give us some insight into how the card is going to be priced upon release. NVIDIA's recommended price holds up when it comes to some retailers and some models, but don't get too excited. That's not true across the whole range of the RTX 4080 GPUs. In fact, in some cases, the prices vary so wildly that you might as well buy an RTX 4090 instead. It's still early days, but plenty of different versions of the RTX 4080 16 gig are now online, and some of them already come with the price tags attached. Nvidia's suggested retail price was $11.99 in the US and $12.69 British pounds in the UK. There are some custom designs that stay close to those prices, but a lot of the time the GPUs are already much more expensive. In the US, things are looking good so far. You might be able to snag an RTX 4080 from PNY at MSRP when the sale opens. This is not the fastest version of the card, though, and it comes with a maximum boost clock of 2.5 gigahertz. Of course, there will be other better versions of the GPU that will have matching price tags. Unfortunately, just because a card is for sale at MSRP doesn't mean that many PC builders will be able to grab one at that price. Despite the fact that the RTX 4090 is overpriced, it's still sold out almost immediately, giving us a very unwelcome throwback to the days of GPU shortage. It's likely that the first batch of the RTX 4080 will sell out quickly too, and it might later appear for sale at higher prices due to the influence of scalpers. Tech PowerUp spotted some of the GPUs at a Danish retailer, ProShop. The store has a pretty wide range of cards, including models from MSI, Asus, Gigabyte, and Inno3D. These prices are much less than encouraging than the PNY card on Newegg, ranging between 1626 and a whopping 1946. In the UK, some of the cards can be found at Laptops Direct. 3-pallet GameRock GeForce RTX 4080s are now listed, but the cheapest model costs £1450, tacking on an extra £180 on top of the Nvidia's MSRP. This was spotted by Video Cards. ProShop also operates in Finland as well as several other countries, and the RTX 4080 prices over there are downright scary, but that's because of the high values added tax in Finland. The retailer listed an Inno3D RTX 4080 X3 for 1620 euros, which is the cheapest option right now. The prices go up to 1970 for the Asus ROG Strix overclock model. There's good news in the US as these cards are likely to be cheaper. However, some of the better custom models will likely still be painfully expensive. If you shop for the RTX 4080 at some of these higher prices, you might want to look into picking up a 4090 instead, but it's unlikely you'll be able to find one near the MSRP price right now. Newegg has a couple of options well above $2,000, and the MSRP priced cards sold out in seconds. So, it looks like not even $900 isn't even the going rate of a 4080 now. They're sticking to their guns with the 16 gig, and they're going to charge $1,200 if you're lucky to get a Founders Edition. It looks like you could be paying almost $2,000 retail prices from the AIB partners. This is absolutely ridiculous, guys. A 3080 is $700, and we're going up to $2,000 at retail? I mean, come on. Nvidia, please get your shit together. This is just disgusting. It's so greedy. It's sickening. And you know what? Don't give me your bullshit about how, inflation this, inflation that. We know you're turning in record profits, and we know all of this is possible because people are using them to mine on. But this is just absolutely disgusting. And, maybe I should take a look at ASICs also. That's also disgusting how much they charge for these things. When you look at something that costs, maybe a couple $100 to manufacture, and we're charging $10,000 because we know people are going to make a profit off of it, it's quite aggravating, to be honest with you. And, I'm going over all of this with you guys to say, don't go buy a 4080 for $1,200. I wouldn't even buy one for $800. I think that's overpriced. And I really think that AMD stands a really good shot of just finally sticking it to Nvidia if they can get this right. And they have a good shot at it right now. We're going to have to wait and see what happens. But, you know, if we can get some decent hash rates at excellent efficiency, they don't even have to be close to what Nvidia cards are getting as far as hash rate is concerned. If they can just get the efficiency right, that's really all that matters. And if they can get the price point of the card right, then that's an even added bonus there. I really hope that AMD doesn't go down the road of scalping the hell out of all of us for these cards, but only time will tell, I suppose. Anyway, so moving on, I wanted to talk to you guys also about something that I saw on Pinkchain's Discord. And I'm going to just go through some of the announcements so that I paint a pretty clear picture on why I want to bring this up. So we're going to go back to October 27th. So, dear Pinkchain community, we are very happy right now looking at the IDO sale process or progress and the strong support we have received from our beloved community today. We didn't expect this much love and support from our community. Thank you guys for trusting us and being with us from the start. We are pleased to announce that we have successfully got sold out in GemPad IDO. We have sold 750,000 pink tokens, and 100% of the raised funds will automatically go towards PancakeSwap liquidity. Liquidity will be locked for 365 days. This was maybe the fastest sell in GemPad so far. We hit soft cap in 5 minutes and hard cap in 45 minutes. If you have missed out on the GemPad IDO, then don't worry. You can participate in our pink sale IDO tomorrow. So here's the following day. Dear Pinkchain community, this is a surprise announcement for our miners, specifically those who have been here with us from starting of this project and helped us to test our network, and still being with us, keeping good faith and looking forward to this project on a long run basis. We are enabling our staking platform live 11 a.m. UTC today exclusively for miners for the next 18 days on our mainnet. Below are the details of our staking platform. So allocations of 500,000 pink coins, runtime 18 days approximately, start time 11 a.m. Per block reward is 5 pink coins. All the above calculations are made considering average block time is 15 seconds. If per block time increases, then the staking pool will run longer, and if per block time decreases, then stake pool might run in sooner. This has been done to encourage our miners to stake their mined coins until our bridge is ready. And same day, dear community, this is a surprise announcement for our miners. Oh, it's the same thing. So they're just announcing you can stake as a miner. Okay, so we are pleased to announce our last round of IDO on PinkCell platform. IDO will last 48 hours with a sale price average of 0.028 cents per pink token based on BNB market price. PancakeSwap listing will be done on the 30th of October at 3 cents. 100% of the raised amount will be allocated as liquidity towards PancakeSwap. Below is the details of our IDO on PinkCell. Okay, so moving along here. So they had their pink sale. And then, dear Pinkchain community, pink sale round 2 is over within 1 minute of the sale start. We team literally don't have any words to say as we are amazed to see this kind of results. We didn't expect that pink tokens will be sold out within just a minute. Thank you, community, for this love and support. Together, we will take this Pinkchain to a whole new level. So, all 3 sales completely sold out. And here we have the next day. Today at 12 UTC, Pink will be listed on PancakeSwap. There will be 2 liquidity pairs, Pink BUSD and Pink BNB. Liquidity in both pairs will be locked for 365 days. Pre-sale buyers who purchased Pink from GemPad and PinkCell can claim their Pink tokens after 12 UTC. Seed sale buyers will receive their tokens automatically. Both of pre-sale and seed sale buyers will receive 50% of their purchased tokens today. Remaining tokens will unlock over 2 months at a rate of 25%. And then, okay, so we've got an hour away from the Pancake Swap listing. And then we have, make sure you are buying or selling the right token, the correct contract address. And here we go. We are very upset about what happened here with Pinkcell Launchpad. For clarification, our GemPad listing with BUSD pair was given priority with 30-second gap in between BNB Pinkcell listing. Unfortunately, someone created a BNB pair intentionally, which created Pinkcell auto liquidity contract to fail. We requested Pinkcell to manually add our token and lock it, but they refused and asked us to take a refund. So everyone invested in Pinkcell have to claim a refund from Pinkcell manually, and the Pink tokens we receive back will be locked till the 15th of November, and those tokens will be used for the cross-chain bridge liquidity. GemPad users can claim their Pink tokens now. Seed cell buyers, you will receive your seed cell tokens in the next 1 hour. Once done, we will notify the same with a fresh announcement. And just, okay, so we're going to pause there for a second and just back up here. So they're upset because of what happened during the Pinkcell Launchpad. Now, I don't know exactly what happened here. Obviously, things didn't go according to plan. Maybe someone from their community can reach out to me and explain it a little bit better so that I can give you guys full transparency. But from what they're saying, something having to do with the GemPad listing with USD pair was given priority 30-second gap in between the BNB Pinkcell listing. I don't know why that has anything to do with them having to get a refund. It says, unfortunately, someone created a BNB pair intentionally, which created Pinkcell auto liquidity contract to fail. Well, why? Why did it cause it to fail? I need more of a description on exactly what happened and why it caused it to fail. Why was somebody able to do this if it wasn't somebody from their team or this wasn't intentional? So yeah. Pinkchain, if you're listening, reach out to me. I'll explain it to everybody that is interested in knowing. And then also, this is a very important announcement to be made. Please read it carefully and understand every fundamental aspect of this decision here. We will be doing a vote for this. It will be up to the community to accept the proposal. This proposal has been made very carefully. As you know, the team doesn't hold any tokens or big funding to run this project. From the seed sale, whatever has been raised, small amount, has been used to run the chain nodes, explore, bridge, and also for further development. We do have allocations for development, but we cannot use it to sell and raise money for any kind of listing like CEX or a central exchange listing, as it costs $40,000 to $60,000 for medium scale exchanges, and we don't have enough liquidity to do this. And because a centralized exchange is rejecting our proposal to list by accepting our Pink as payment. We recently getting lots of DMs and reading lots of chats where everyone is upset that they didn't get the tokens on pre-sale. Because of this, we have lost a good amount of investors from our project. Not only that, many of our pipeline plans got diverted. Instead of 40,000 in liquidity, we only have about 20,000 in liquidity. Big buyer willing to invest, but because of less liquidity, there will be high price difference if someone even willing to invest $1,000. Do your own research if you don't understand how DEX works. So investors are not willing to invest in a centralized exchange listing. So at the end of this, we'll circle around and we cannot grow that easily. guys, I don't know if you can tell. I'm struggling to read this because there's a lot of errors. I'm assuming the person writing this, English is not their primary language. It seems like it may be their secondary language, either that or they're not proofreading this. In either case, those are red flags to me, regardless of the content that we just talked about. So, I don't know. I think that this particular project is doing some things right and definitely doing other things wrong. Another thing that I wanted to talk about, let me see if I can find this here. They're talking about, let me just read the rest of this. Maybe I can figure it out here. So we have a listing offer from GGFinX Exchange. They will list our mainnet plus BSC tokens. Cost is $30,000 for listing. So $30K amount will be going towards exchange listing. Rest of the amount raised will automatically go towards liquidity towards BSC pair with locking of 365 days. If we don't manage to raise 30K, then amount raised will go towards liquidity with same locking period, and unused tokens will be allocated towards bridge. All the process and money handling will be done by GemPad. They will make the payment on our behalf to DigiFinX, Finix, and also add liquidity and lock the liquidity on our behalf. This is done by keeping in mind to make the process more transparent among everyone. So, I don't know, guys. This project seems to me to be a cash grab for liquidity. They're doing everything they can to get people to lock their tokens in, and then they're trying to get listed on exchanges. Well, first of all, it's not listed on an exchange, and if it does get listed on an exchange, it's going to have to sit there on that particular exchange for quite a while until it gets something like a listing on CoinMarketCap or CoinGecko. These things just don't happen overnight, and there needs to be more utility from the project in order to gain adoption. I think we've got a bunch of degens just aping into this project and trying to farm liquidity. They're trying to earn yield. And I want to warn you guys, you really, really, really need to be reading everything that's said here. I'm trying my best to keep you guys updated on what's going on here, but I don't know, man. This seems scary to me, to say the least. Now, it seems like they have some experience in this world of dealing with exchanges, getting listed, providing liquidity and things like that, but it seems like they're putting the cart before the horse to me. I think there's other things that need to be done on the chain before you start worrying about all of these different types of listings. So do your own research, guys. Be careful if you're messing around with this particular project. Now, one project that does have outstanding fundamentals is Kaspa. And if you weren't paying attention today, it pumped almost 50%. Just looking at the one-day chart here, we bottomed out somewhere around 0.001937, and we got up to 0.00277. So almost a 50% gain. I haven't seen any particular news that would have coordinated this, almost 50% gain from today. But what I did find shocking was the fact that the total hash rate dipped significantly earlier today. During the midst of a pump, it went down to about a total of 150 terahash on the network earlier today. Now, that didn't last very long. We're already back to 173. I assume everybody's seeing the price pump, and now they're trying to switch back over to Kaspa. So I would imagine this hash rate is going to go up, considering, it's pumped almost 50% in a day. Yeah, 52.7% on the 7-day right now. So one other thing to take a look at is Wooly Pulley. You can see, I think we got down to 152 terahash. Yeah, it's actually not showing this, but at one point I was watching it earlier today. It was about lunchtime, and it dipped down to about 150 terahash. So I did actually switch my rigs back over to Kaspa, full disclosure. I've been mining Radiant for quite some time now, and when I saw the hash rate dipped on Kaspa, I switched back over for a little bit. But now that the hash rate is picking back up, probably going to switch back over to Radiant. Anyways, that is all I got for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed the content. Sorry for all the profanity. I got a little worked up on some of these things, but Nvidia, get your shit together. AMD, capitalize on the opportunity that you have. And guys, hit the like button on your way out. And if you haven't already, hit the subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next video. I'm out.